Hundreds attended a rally in Vietnam Sunday that converged on the Chinese embassy in Hanoi. Protesters blasted China for its recent alleged aggressions in the South China Sea. Vietnam says a Chinese vessel intentionally cut a submerged cable of a Vietnamese oil survey ship last month while it was conducting seismic tests. Philippines has also reported renewed territorial disputes, accusing China of unloading building materials and putting up military posts on reefs claimed by Manila. China defends its actions and says they are completely justified. On Sunday, speaking at a regional defense forum in Singapore, China's Defense Minister Liang Guanglia claimed the recent flare-ups with Vietnam and the Philippines were now under control.
There has always been freedom to navigate in the South China Sea. No one owns it. The overall situation in the area is stable.
Dean Chung, an Asia defense analyst at the Heritage Foundation in Washington, says while China may not be shooting anyone, its actions are provocative and put lives in danger.
So they seem to be engaging in a broad-based push to lay claim to the entire region, and they don't seem to care whose toes they're stepping on.
The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, has been working with China to reach an agreement on a code of conduct for the South China Sea. Vietnam's Deputy Minister of Defense, Nguyen Chi Vinh, says China's cooperation is crucial, but adds Vietnam's resolve is firm.
The consistent, unwavering position of our party and state is that we will use all means to protect our sovereignty.
The South China Sea is a major shipping lane and is believed to be rich in oil and gas reserves. It is claimed by several countries, including Brunei, China, Malaysia, the Philippines, and Vietnam. The United States has offered to facilitate territorial disputes between China and its Southeast Asian neighbors. Speaking in Washington last week, Assistant Secretary of State Kurt Campbell says the U.S. continues to promote dialogue between the disputing parties.
We discourage a resort to violence in these circumstances or threats, and we want to see a process of dialogue emerge.
China prefers to discuss disputes one-on-one, and until recently, Beijing appeared to be easing off in its assertions of territorial claims in the South China Sea. Heritage Foundation analyst Dean Chung says Beijing may be testing the waters with Vietnam or the United States. He points out China's actions follow a string of summits between China and the United States, including one between President Hu Jintao and Barack Obama in January.
This may well be a test to see, okay, we've had these summits, we've said that we want better relations. Are you going to jeopardize that promise of better relations by now interacting on behalf of the Southeast Asians, or with the Southeast Asians, over issues that the Chinese feel is their territorial rights?
Over the past week, U.S. officials have stressed Washington's commitment to Asia, in particular Southeast Asia, and their willingness to work together with China in the region. China says it too is committed to peacefully resolving disputes in the region. However, from the streets of Hanoi, it appears that resolution may still be a long way off.